Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with today's daily jail update, and this jail is an interesting one because this is the first time I believe that the Insect Alliance is completely uncompletable. We have two insects in jail, both Sand King and Weaver. So that alliance won't be completable. Normally you'd see that paired up with assassins, so obviously that assassin insect build, which is very popular, is not going to be possible today. We also see a couple other assassins, the Bounty Hunter and the Faceless Void, out. And the Bounty Hunter is not that big of a loss, but Faceless Void is definitely an important loss for late game assassins and even some other late game compositions that would want him, namely Primordials. So 6 Primordials is still definitely viable today, but Faceless Void is definitely a point of power in that composition, so it will be a lower power level in most cases. But to compound on that, we're also missing Keeper of Light and Puck, two of the big AoE damage dealing mages. Neither of them are the Primordials, Razor or Morphling, but for other outside of the Primordials, Keeper of Light was definitely the highest damage dealer, and Puck is a very good pairing that you'd often see in mages along with Dragon Knight to get the human bonus, get the dragons, and just a lot of AoE magic. So I would be very surprised to see mages be very popular today with both of their biggest hitter, Keeper of Light, out, and then Puck, a reasonably good mage as well, is also out. So you might see some 3 mage compositions perhaps, you know, maybe Razor, Morphling, and I don't even know. What are another mage off the top of my head? Something like Lich by the late game, but until that point, Ogre Magi for some frontline, or Lina. It's not looking too great since most of the high AoE magic damage mages are out today. So definitely look to see those go down in priority. But other than that, the jail doesn't hurt other compositions too badly. You're missing Axe, which is a good early game unit for Brawnies and Brutes, but by no means indispensable. You can still run 2 Brawnies pretty easily with Beastmaster plus Bristleback or Beastmaster plus Juggernaut in the early and mid game. Abaddon out for Knights is not the worst thing in the world. You can definitely still run 4 Knight compositions. You just don't use Abaddon, you don't use Heartless. And maybe you add in more Trolls, maybe you add in more, maybe Warlocks perhaps, like Alchemist to kind of make up for that armor shred, since Heartless bonus have been nerfed repeatedly that honestly I'm not too upset to be losing the access to 2 Heartless that you would normally get between Abaddon and Necrophos. So, you know, not the biggest loss in the world for Knight's compositions. Certainly not compared to something like Chaos Knight or Luna, one of the main damage sources. And otherwise, I mean, Warlock, Shadow Fiend, Weaver, kind of niche units that occasionally got played into certain builds, but by no means should that invalidate any strategies, at least not any of the popular strategies in the meta. You'll definitely struggle to get big Warlock builds online without Shadow Fiend, and maybe Mr. Warlock makes Bloodbound starts a little bit weaker, since you won't be able to get him quite as reliably, or get the Bloodbound bonus quite as reliably, but on the whole, you should definitely still be looking for Hunter compositions to be very strong today. You probably going to see a lot of Warrior compositions, Warriors and Dragons in particular I've been really liking, as well as like with Arc Warden and other kind of damage dealers. Bristleback, Beastmaster kind of Hunter compositions, Hunter, Savage, Brawny, some combination in there, maybe even Brutes thrown in if you can get the Doom and Lifestealer for some Heartless. And just 4 Heartless comps. You're just missing Abaddon, but Drow Ranger, Pudge, Lifestealer, and Shadow Demon are a good core for 4 Heartless compositions in the early and mid game. So I think those will be the popular compositions today. Good luck in your games, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.